You look so pretty today.
Yeah.
It's dripping off the exhaust right here.
I can feel it in the air tonight, oh Lord.
It's been a while since you've seen Andrew's other car. So we brought the GT over today, and we're going to be installing some shocks on this. Now, I know in the past we had talked about painting the car, and we are going to do it, but here's a reason why we're not jumping on paint and body on this car right now. Andrew was going to build a shop, and as of right now, that's kind of on hold. He's trying to figure some things out. We can't start on this car until he gets a place to put it, because once we start sanding on it, then it's got to go somewhere else that'll rust up. So just in case you guys were wondering why we've not started on that, that's the reason why.
I don't really know where to start the spring at. I guess I'll just start it kind of toward the bottom.
Yeah.
I just want to get it level with the front. I don't want it in the dirt.
So here's the number, and I don't know what the springs.
Since I bought them.
No.
I did. The spring rate is, I don't know, like the axle weight or the. I ain't never put the car on scale, so I just kind of went about what I thought it would be on the spring rate. But
plus, the good thing is on something like this, you can change out springs easily. So that's not the expensive part. The expensive part are the shocks. So what does a setup like this run you for everything that you've got here, roundabout?
I want to say I paid. They weren't cheap. I want to say I paid like $1,100. This is just the rears.
And that's not with the relocation bracket either, is it? The price?
No.
So those are going to run you what, like $100 or something, I think.
Yeah, I think I found some for like $50 somewhere or something.
So that's it. Yeah, just a really nice set of shocks. And depending on how his car does, I'll probably order the exact ones that he's got.
I just hope they're not too noisy.
Well, okay. So
I know they'll make a little bit of noise, but.
So here's something that I want to discuss real quick. On my green car, you know, I have fussed about the noise that these shocks make constantly. Here's the difference. Look at the top of this bolt here that comes up through the body of the car, and there's not going to be any slop or very little in there, right? When you get into these little shocks with the little like 5/16 bolt that comes through the top of it, that's what causes a lot of slop. So what he has here is really what I need in the green car. But
that's the main reason I went with them versus just making coilovers out of some strain shocks, is because I didn't want it to make any noise. I don't want it.
Yeah,
so we figured that out with the green car.
Yeah, we don't like that. So, you know, we all learn from each other's mistakes. And the coilovers, guys, there's nothing wrong with the coilover kit. But when you have a spool in the car, it's going to make it make all sorts of noise. The front coilovers, I have a zero problem with on this car. Love them, no issues whatsoever. But on the rear, something like that is definitely where it's at. So we're going to go ahead and move some of these cars out, and we're going to get Andrew's car in here, and I'll show you a little bit of what's going on today.
Yeah, that don't make a whole lot. Yep. Yeah, I don't feel that.
You're just going to leave your springs out, obviously, your old springs. And you just put your new coilovers in, bolt them in down here, and bolt them in up there. That's about it. Oh, yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't take too much off of it. I wasn't putting no pressure on it.
No.
I think it'll be enough.
So these shocks are pretty short. So as you can see, the perches, we had to move everything up to the top. and then we had to take a little off of this bracket so that there's clearance. As you can see, there's a little bit of clearance right there now, so it doesn't hit the shock. And once we pull the shock up, it should be fine. But yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Right.
Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish this thing up, guys, and we'll show you what it looks like afterwards. And hopefully, if we get time, we'll go ahead and go for a ride and see how it does. So this is the position that we ended up in to give the ride height and the proper shock height that we felt like the car needed. This is where we ended up. All the way back down here, yeah. So this rear end really needs a limiter on it of some sort now, because to get the shock in, the rear end has to go up. So we'll probably at some point fabricate some type of limiter that comes up from the body down to the rear end of the car. That way, if he ever does have to pull the shocks off, he doesn't have to get all crazy with the jack and all that. It's no big deal really, but it's just helpful to have a limiter. So we might do that at some point.
It's gonna be a bitch. Maybe not.
Popping out of the back of the shock, so that's good.
I always forget to say clean.
Feels about normal so far.
It's definitely stiffer.
Oh yeah, but it doesn't feel like crazy or anything.
Like, don't come up from fourth, go to neutral. If you ain't careful, it'll go right into third.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Is way more harsh than this car, so that's a good thing. I may end up going with the same setup as he's got in his car. So far, so good. Shock setup is more set up for a separation, an anti-squat setup. This car will separate a little bit, so we don't know how this is going to work out. We'll see in just a second. This car right now is all motor, no nitrous, nothing like that. That actually looked like it was going to do pretty good. Car, I didn't see any separation or anything like that, but at the same time, I mean, it's not really set up for separation, meaning the instant center on this car is not very drastic at all. So that looked pretty good though. Go ahead and grab the bottle in a second, and I think that right there will work. So Andrew's got a good little car, y'all. This thing works. And those new Vikings, I mean, this is like the initial settings, and they seem to be doing real good. So yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, it didn't feel good.
It looked good though.
Yeah, when I opened up the second barrel, it just went.
Yeah. That looked good.
It might have looked good, but it ain't gonna win no races.
I don't know. That would work. I disagree with you. That'll absolutely win races because you're working to make this car come out, and it does good. If you can spray it when you hit second, you'd be money. You ain't gonna be able to spray it in first. Well, not with these tires, but that would work. Well, what you think? I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I like it.
The shocks are great.
It's the hardest I run the car since I put the transmission in it.
Everything
That
looked
big
good.
shit's like butter.
I know. I know. You can hear it. It's like pow, pow, pow every time you grab a gear. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you once we get home. Dripping a little bit.
Yeah, it's dripping off the exhaust right here, see it? Off the back of the transmission right there.
Yeah.
And it's down the side of the transmission up here, so it makes me think it was blowing back from the speedometer cable.
Probably. Yeah, so y'all remember, like we said, that was just on motor. On gas, obviously.
It's all nitrous.
Yeah. So on gas, I mean, this car would probably still not hook in the road like that. These tires probably aren't going to hook it like that. But the point is, we were testing out the suspension, and we'll go back through the video and look. It didn't look like it was really squatting, didn't like it was separating. It just looked level in the rear for the most part, and that's never a bad thing. So I think we're on to something here. We'll continue to mess with the car some, but there it is. Stay tuned, because at some point Andrew will have this thing at the track. We'll see what it can do. Catch you guys in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.